We're going live. Start.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everyone. You are welcome to She Code Africa Chapter Fest. And it's so beautiful being here today. I am waiting, like, I'm so interested in meeting a lot of persons, and I hope you are too. So, quickly, I'm Bernice Ominu, your host for today, alongside.
I'm Cordelia Opai, and I'm going to be your co-host for this wonderful event. Stay tuned and be amazed.
Beautiful. So we have a lot in store for you, so many things lined out, and we're sure you definitely have a swell of a time. So if you are not with your notepad or your pen currently, kindly
Mm-hmm.
run so fast. I don't know how you're going to get it. Kindly run so
Mm-hmm.
fast to grab one because you are so going to love what we have in store for you. Different speakers coming up from all over the country in Chicot Africa as well. So stay glued and we'll be starting right off. But before we get started, we just introduce ourselves. We want to meet you too. So on the comment section, wherever you are streaming from, whatever platform you're currently at, I want you to, firstly, I want to know your name. I want to know your surname. I want to know where you currently are at, your location, and the chapter you are a member of. So if you are not part of any chapter, that's fine. This is what you will do. Quickly type shecodeafrica.org/chapters and click on join us to be a part of the chapter. So that is so beautiful. I believe you're doing that right now because I'll be reading through the comment sections just to show you are with us. So if you're in Google Meet, go to your comment section. If you're streaming via YouTube, go to your comment section or whatever platform actually. I'm seeing you. Yeah, I can see somebody saying hello, Emanuela. That's beautiful. You're welcome. And I said, if you do not have your notepad with you, go and grab one. You will
Grab
definitely have enjoy yourself. So quickly, I want to ask a question. Cordelia is with me, yeah?
yes.
Cool. So the question I want to ask, have you ever um, been a part of a women-led non-profit organization with over 16,000 members having a chapter fest located in numerous parts of the country? Have you ever like seen such an event
Oh,
before?
oh my God, Dennis, I'm going to be really honest. I'm playing with you. I have never seen something like this
Never.
before. It's
I love
completely
the
unique.
response. Like never. This is
It's
the first of its
amazing.
kind.
This
I
is the
looked through
best
our
of
Slack
its
chat. I
kind.
saw that we're over 16,000.
It's that's massive. It's
Perfect.
beautiful. Like I really don't know what to say.
I don't know what to say as well. I'm amazed. So we are located all over the country, all over Africa. Most chapters, as the program continues, will be unveiled. So watch out to check if Africa is currently in your country. So yes, let's do right. Our names. I'll be looking through the. Oh yes, Josephine just said good morning, Emanuela. Hi, Melanie. Okay, if I do not pronounce your name correctly, please clarify. I stand corrected. So while you are doing that, quickly, I'll be calling on Elizabeth, our the operations lead at Shikood Africa. She'll be giving us quickly a welcome address as to what you should expect. So I'll be calling on her now. If Elizabeth is on the call, please kindly welcome her to the virtual platform. Yeah.
Welcome.
Hi, Mela. Hi. Good morning, everyone. Hello, and thank you for joining our very first chapter first. Thank you all so much for joining, and I'm here basically to welcome you and to tell you to have fun. Yeah. Just like the host has said already, grab your notepads because I'm pretty sure that we are going to learn like so much from today's fest. Thank you all so much for joining and keep winning. And also, if you are here and you're just starting off your career in the tech space, trust me, this community is a very, very safe space, and it is actually a place where you should be. Do not forget to feel free on the Slack channel, and always ask questions. Trust me, there is nothing like asking too many questions. Always ask questions whenever you are confused, and feel free to reach out to the community manager. And just as the host actually said, it is actually a very, 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 very great and wonderful pleasure to be a part of the largest women in tech community in um Africa. And I am very, 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 very sure that everybody here is delighted to be a part of this. So before I step down, I would love everybody in their various locations to please just drop your locations here so that we can know those that are here and the various countries that they are representing. All right, I can see Zambia, I can see Lagos, I can see Benin, I can see Ebonyi, I can see Port Harcourt, Ogun State, Benin City. Awesome, awesome. All right, ladies, thank you very much for having me, Bernice and Cordelia. And I mean, I really I greatly love your spirit of carrying this conversation, and I am very, 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 very sure that you're going to have fun. Finally, I bring greetings from the founder. She's currently not here, but she sends her regards to everybody. Thank you all so much, and bye for now. Bye.
All right.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Elizabeth.
Okay, thank you so much. That's our preacher's lead if you joined in kind of late. And yes, we have already started. And I forgot to say something. While you are tweeting, while you're on the various social media platforms, do not fail to use the hashtag SCA Chapter Fest 2022.
Hashtag
Whatever you're doing,
Chapter Fest 2022. Don't forget, do not forget that.
great. So yeah, we'll be going right to the next item on the list. Firstly, I'll be speaking about what She Code Africa is all about. I know most of you, some you may be streaming from different platforms, and you'll be like, what is She Code Africa? What is SEA? You may have seen SEA so many times, and you'll be like, what is SEA all about? So I'll be quickly giving you a brief summary as to what She Code Africa is and why you need to be a part of this marvelous organization, non or community, pardon. So quickly, She Code Africa is a non-profit focused on celebrating and empowering young girls and women in technology across Africa. Take notes. We are here for you, every young lady out there, every woman out there. If you have interest, no matter how little your interest is in tech, we have a safe space. You'll find it definitely a safe space over here with us. And we currently run on the impact of the following community values. We enable you to have, we strengthen you technically, leadership, visibility, and our goal is to empower, to celebrate young girls and women in technology, as I stated earlier, across Africa, telling their stories, involving them in technical and not technical training, while also helping them share in their knowledge and ideas through articles. So mind you, you may not be so much of a good coder in quotes. You may be very good in project management. You may be very good in technical writing. You may be very good in design or just basically writing. Whatever you are into, whatever interest you have, it may be technical or non-technical, you will definitely do find a safe space here with us at She Code Africa. So quickly, my colleague will be talking to us about the chapters program. Yeah.
Okay. Hello, pretty ladies from all over Africa. It's really nice to be here once again. So, I'm going to talk to you guys about the chapters program so that you get what we're trying to do here so that you participate actively. Okay, so the chapters program is the grassroots initiative of Code Africa. Okay, so it affords all active members on the Shikod Africa the opportunity to grow socially, financially, and career-wise. Note, only active members of Shikod Africa. You gotta be active, baby. So what we want is your active participation. Show us that you're active and promise you we will help you grow socially, financially, and career wise. Okay, we're going to get engaging programs and initiatives that meets the needs of every single woman, every single lady, every single girl out there in Africa through these communities. Okay, so these chapters are just here for you so that you get a close chapter, a close community close to you. It's She Code Africa, it's everywhere, it's there for you. Okay, so we want this program to be able to draw like-minded individuals across Africa. And Africa is a large continent, believe me. So we want um like-minded individuals, yeah, to join chapters from SCA and also create new chapters, as well as break new grounds for SCA in countries where it is not located. So we're going to be telling you so much more about these. The chapters are super, super amazing. I am in a chapter and I can tell you firsthand, it's oh my god. Let me not say much. Let me let you join a chapter if you're not in one, and if you are in one, oh, you already know what we're talking about. So if you're not in the chapter, join one soon, and I promise you, more will be coming from Shikode Africa soon. All right, back to you, Bernice.
Okay, great. I'm going to resound this again. If you are not in a chapter, do join right now because there are loads of things in store for you today that I'm sorry to say you would only participate if you are part of a chapter. So quickly, I'm going to say the link you need to join again. I know it will definitely be written whatever platform you are, shecodeafrica.org/chapters. shecodeafrica.org/chapters. So take note of that, and I urge you to quickly do that straight up right now. So, firstly, Cordelia will be taking the introduction of the first speaker. We'll be introducing our first speaker for today's event. So let's do stay abreast and stay relaxed, and we're going to have a very, very beautiful ride all along. Yeah.
Okay, so ladies, the first speaker we're going to be meeting today is Idris. Idris Olubuisi. Please forgive me if I didn't pronounce that name correctly. I stand to be corrected. Idris is a software engineer, a technical writer, and a community builder. He's skilled at technical leaderships, communications, and presentations with vast experience in project lifecycle. He is a committed professional, a professional indeed, with more than 3 years of experience in the information technology industry. So if you are in the information technology industry, this is your chance. You gotta grab everything this guy knows. Get your pen, write down everything he says. And also, that's not all. He has good technical guidance on various projects with expertise in solution optimization, web development, and cloud computing. Oh my God, this guy has a lot. Please welcome Idris Olubisi to the show. Idris, you're welcome. You can speak.
Hey, hi everyone. Thank you for that wonderful information about me. You said a lot already. Um, yeah, thank you all for attending. Thank you, SCA, for this opportunity to be here. And I really appreciate everyone's presence for joining. So let's just get started. So today we'll be talking about how you can begin your career as a backend developer or backend development generally. So I would be like talking about some of these things that is required for you to start your career as a backend engineer, and also some of the benefits behind it for you to work as a backend engineer, some tips and other languages that is required as a backend engineer. So now this is kind of useful when it comes to tech generally, but now I'm being specific on backend development. So so let's just start with what backend development is. Like, what does it mean to build software products and you find yourself building the backend part of the product. So backend development language handle most of the behind the scenes functionality of web applications, and it's also a code that connect the web to database, manage user connections, and power the web's application itself. So um, backend development itself, as mentioned, is kind of is what keeps the internet running. I think there's like a popular um, picture like that I've found online somewhere, where the people cooking food are regards to as the backend engineer, and the waiters are regards to as the APIs, while the I think the restaurant itself or the lounge is regarded to as like the front end itself. So backend developers are primarily focused on how a website works, and the right code that focuses on functionality and logic powering the applications they are working on. So and they mostly work on technology that powers the application itself. So just think of backend development or backend a backend developer as somebody behind the scene doing the critical thinking, the business logic, and powering the whole web that is being served by the front end developer. So backend technologies are a combination of servers, applications, and databases. So the responsibility of backend programmers could involve writing APIs, writing code that interact with the database, creating libraries, working on business processes and data architecture, and much more. So the exact duty of a backend developer often depend on the specific role uh, of maybe a role or kind of what the company is specialized on and what the company feel they need the backend developer to attend to. So now that's like an overview. So to recap on that, backend development is basically what powers the webs and what actually interacts directly with the database, and also some other business processes and data architecture behind the scene. So the next one is the front end versus the back end programming. So I always love to like compare. So for people that have experience in back and front end development already, they can actually relate what the difference looks like. So on the other side of back end development is the front end development. So now the key difference is that while back end developers build how a website function, front end programmers build and design the interface, so determine how the site looks. So now front end focus on how the site looks and feel, the interaction and all those cool stuffs. While um, back end developers work on how the website itself functions. So back end development in layman's foundational code that enables website to process some actions that user take on the front end and deliver the correct information in return. So this is just like interaction between the front end and back end. So that the key point here I want you guys to understand is that front end development itself deals with what happens on the web page, while back end development focuses on the functionality, the key actions of all these cool stuff that you do on the front end. So just to chip this in, backend developers always get like a very good pay. They earn higher. At some points, they even earn higher than the front end developer in some companies like that. Because and the average salary you could see annually is around 114,000 US dollars. Um, while I think front end developer earns like little lesser than that, which they also earn good. No, don't get me wrong. So it's just like the backend developers tends to do more when it comes to critical thinking, business logic, and data architecture. So to recap on what front end and back end development is, or front end developer and back end developer is that the key difference is back end developers build how a website functions, while front end developer build and design the interface, which determines how the site looks, interaction to the user. So that's it. So the next one I'll be talking about is what does a developer do? So what does a backend developer do? In this case now, so a backend developer, you might spend a day doing things like maintaining legacy applications. So they refer what they mean by legacy application is older applications that have already been built by other programmers. It could be several years ago, it could be recently. Most cases, legacy applications are referred to as applications that have been written a long time ago, or maybe Yeah, definitely a long time ago. And some of the things you also do is putting out fires, like fixing bugs, broken applications, keeps fixing things. You spend a lot of time fixing things, and in some cases you also spend a lot of time attending meetings to gather requirements for a project. So if you have several projects to work on, you end up, you know, just to be sure that you have the required document before you start coding, you tend to attend meetings with UI UX, or let me say project managers, designers, just to understand that you guys are on the same page. Another thing you often do as a backend developer is to collaborate with front-end developers on projects. Like, there are most cases, those are the first people you reach out to ensure that what they have on the UI is similar or it's what you're actually implementing on the API on the back end. So now, um, another point is to actually write code for new applications. So that's like what backend developer is made for. You need to write code. You're definitely going to write code. So writing code is just like the primary assignment for you to do as a backend developer. Writing logics, like to kind of translate the business logic you have in the requirement document into um, code. So that way you could reflect some of these things that have been covered in the product manager, in the project management, maybe business requirement document or anything that has to do with the project. So now a recap on what does a backend developer do. So a backend developer um, does things around maintaining old legacy code base, fixing bugs, breaking applications, make sure everything works fine, attending meetings, collaborating with front-end developers, and actually writing the real code. So now let's move to the other point, which is the type of backend development languages. So I think a lot of people have questions around what type of languages that are required for backend developers, or that is required in backend development. So generally, backend programming can either be object-oriented programming or functional programming. So I would explain what that means in a second. So these are like the two, should I say, classes or the type of backend development approach that you could find anywhere, and this is industry standard. So for the first one, which is object oriented (OOP), OOP is basically a technique that focuses on creation of objects. So with object oriented programming statements, um, statements should have been executed in particular order. So when they talk about uh, object oriented programming, so it's like a whole lot on its own. It's a topic to talk about on its own, but in brief, it's just a technique that focuses on creating objects and also focusing on how a code is being run, like in order, the order of execution for any software product. So the popular OOP, strictly OOP language that we have is we have like the likes of Java, we have .NET, we have I think Python at some point tend to solve like strictly OOP programming language. So now let's talk about the functional backend programming technique, which is, I mentioned earlier that we have object oriented, which is OOP, and the functional. So the functional now is a technique that is more action based. So functional programming uses declarative language, which means that statements can be executed in any order. So compared to object-oriented programming, where you have like a sequential process of writing the code, ensure that it operates in this particular order. But in the case of functional programming language, statement can be executed in any order, and it's commonly used for data science and popular languages. We have tons of popular languages like JavaScript, F Sharp, R, SQL, and a lot of them that uses functional backend programming language, which is basically an action-based technique. So backend languages can either be statically typed or dynamic typed. So dynamically typed rather. So statically typed means that it's more rigid but better at catching errors. Whereas the dynamic type is that it's more flexible, but allows variables to change types, which could account for unexpected errors. And we have like, okay, say for example, statically type could be you declaring a function, and it returns a particular value. Or maybe you write a logic inside a function that actually gets its own variable within the function, gets its own data within the function. It means that those things, in as much the function executes, those things would remain the same there. So, but dynamically typed could be a way where you have like you pass external variables. I know this might really sound pretty new to people that are just like trying to transition into backend development, but this is something similar. This is something you would come across every day and you use in your day-to-day activities. No pressure, no need to cram. The more you practice, the more
Right.
you get familiar with some of these things.
All right. Did you hear that? The more you practice, the more you get familiar with those things. You don't just sit down and expect to get familiar. Thank you so much, Idris. This has been a wonderful session with you. Thank you for coming on board and speaking to these wonderful ladies. Thank you. Okay, so ladies, I hope you got a lot from that. I'm sure your books are filled by now, and you probably have to turn over to keep writing. But what can we do? We have to keep learning because this is too amazing to just let it go. So we're going to be moving forward. Venice, are you here with us? Okay, so Venice is having some issues. We're going to be moving forward to the next speaker. The next speaker is also, oh my God, a lady we all, oh my God, should be amazed to hear from. She is Atinuke Oluwabamikemi Kayode. Once again, if the pronunciations are not correct, please do correct me when you come on stage. She is a Python developer, a community manager, a technical writer, and open source lover. She's just a lot. Bami is really a wonderful community manager. She's community manager at Tunga and Layer 5. Also, she's the front end lead at Shikode Africa. Shikode Africa has a really wonderful front end lead. So let's welcome Bami. She's community driven. She loves to help tech communities grow across the world. She's here to help us grow. We are part of the world, of course. So let's welcome Bami. Bami, please speak to us. You're welcome.
Hi, everyone. It's good to be
Hello.
here. Hello.
Right. Have you?
Good morning. So I am Bami again, and I'm so excited to be here today to be talking to other queens and Code Africa. So basically, we'll be talking about front end, how to get into front end, and also skills required, job opportunities in front end, and how to get started. So um, it's great that Olasoft spoke before me because he spoke about backend, and we all know that backend and frontend kind of like go hand in hand, and they do a lot of collaboration together. Like there's you can be backend and frontend, right? So first thing first, basic language to learn in frontend is HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So basically, front end is like you're building the web pages. You're creating or you're building the web pages for a website. So we say that you can say when you go to She Code Africa page. So the first thing you're going to be seeing is is the work of a front ender because that's what makes the whole website beautiful. That's what makes it look beautiful. So when a designer design um, how the whole UI and UX is going to look like, the front end person is going to be building those features and making it possible for every person to. Oh, someone is asking what my full name. My full name is Oluwabamikemi. It's kind of like long, so I hope you can get that right. Oluwabamikemi. Yeah. So moving on. So the front end person is going to be building those features and making those features come to life. So that's just like basically the what the front end does. You take the design, the designer design it, you know what this page wants to look like, then you build that. That's what the designer designed. You build it and makes it come to life. So basically, and I said that the basic tool for this for front end is C++. I mean, sorry, did I just say C++? CSS, HTML, and JavaScript. JavaScript is usually so I have a lot of people coming into the front end channel and be like, oh, they've learned HTML, they've learned CSS, but they are now stuck at the JavaScript because it's always the one taking the what now out of honey out of whatever. So yeah, it's like it usually seems like the hardest, or let's say it is the hardest, but then it is something we can all like we have to learn to be in that space. And again, talking about other we have all other tools. There is React, there is Bootstrap, there is Vue.js. There is a lot. There's TypeScript, there is Jamstack, right? So there's a lot of tools you can use around front end. So then, looking at job opportunities in front end development, there are a lot of job opportunities because as much as some backend person want to do the front end work, you can't always do the front end work. So every company, every organization that deals with software development um, needs a front end needs a front end person. So definitely you are all needed. So there are different organizations you can work. I mean, every organization you can work with every organization, and we have some front enders saying that they are transitioning into the Web3. That does not stop them from bringing a front end developer. It's just that they are building front end in the Web3 space. So front end is always needed. Front end is in every opportunity in every organization. So next thing, okay. So joining front end development, yeah, joining front end development, you like I said, when you start the journey, it's always like you get excited when you're doing the HTML and you write your first page and you see something coming to life and it looks so beautiful and you're like, oh wow, so I can do this. It's always so cool, right? But when you get to CSS is sometimes behaving, when you're on Twitter, you'll be seeing a lot of people talk about CSS. CSS is sometimes behaving you know, like it's the boss. I don't know. And then some things will just not want to work out. And it will start becoming tiring, right? It will start becoming frustrating and you will start nagging and you'll be looking for the error. You will not get it. But then you wouldn't stop there. You will not give up there. You will push on and learn that CSS and complete it and move to JavaScript. It is a boss because JavaScript, so HTML, you build your pages with HTML. You move to CSS to design, right? To design how you want it to look like. You design all your margin, you design everything, and then you move on to JavaScript for the functionality. So functionality, the functionality is always like stressful, frustrating because you'll be calling a function and your function will be like will be doing hide and seek for you, and you'll be looking for like what is really going on, what am I not doing right. See, there's a lot of console log. You do console log. I don't know what the problem is. This especially I have people coming to the channel to complain about JavaScript is so hard. I have started, but I'm stuck in JavaScript. I can't even move forward. But yes, you should move forward. There are a lot of learning sites to learn, and of course, Shigura Africa is doing a lot of amazing things to help everyone, to help all of us to grow better with our skills, and that include what we are doing in in front of right now. We are trying to do like mentee and mentor thingy where we have people that are just joining, people that are just coming up, people that are just coming up in the front end career. Yeah, someone said yes, it will shame you. People that are just coming up their career to look up to people that are already doing very well in that space. And again, we are like, I was talking to someone 2 days ago to create like a learning part or like a curriculum for front end, the one that will be suitable and sustainable for you to follow. You'll be able to like use this to learn if you're like learning, if you're like a self learner. You'll be able to use it to learn and train yourself. It's amazing. Frontend is sweet. I will be very happy to go to a website and see the website functioning very well. I know that I am the one that makes the whole feature looks really really good. So it's really nice. So yeah, you all should come join SEA front end development. It's like a cool thing, like a cool place to be, and you'll be amazed to amazing stuff you can do. Yeah, I know I have 3 minutes more, but I'll be wrapping up here. I'll be looking forward to meeting you all um at the front end channel. Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Bami. Thank you so much. Oluwa Bami Kemi. I have to pronounce
Yeah.
that name. It's wrong. Quite it.
Oluwabami Kemi. Thank you.
Oluwa Bami Kemi. All right. Thank you so much. That was
Yeah.
a really, really wonderful session. Honestly, I really enjoyed myself. And I'm sure the our audience they really really enjoyed it as well. I can see so many
Yeah.
questions. Oh my queens, please believe me, we are not ignoring your questions, but we have a session for that. Okay, so for now we're just going to keep having sessions. You're just going to keep learning. Write down your questions. Do not forget them; they are pretty important, so that we can answer them when the time is right. Okay, up next, we're going to have another wonderful speaker. She is Mohamed Fazia. Mohamed Fazia is a designer focused on changing the world by creating better user experiences. Can you believe that? Someone is trying to change the world, and what are you doing? You're looking at a system and saying you want to do what? Come and join SCA. I won't say this again. Now, Fazia is currently studying telecommunication engineering at the Federal University of Technology, Mina, Niger State, Nigeria. She's passionate about creating user-centric and simple designs. She's currently the design lead at SCA. Fazia, we are honored to have you here. It's a beautiful thing to see people who are trying to build such wonderful user experiences. Fazia, you have the stage. Please speak to us.
Yeah, hello everyone. Thank you for the love for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, so my name is Fauzia. Fauzia. Uh yeah, it's fine. And I'm a student at Federal University of Technology, Mina, and as Kudli already said, I'm the design lead at Shikood Africa. So so basically today I'm going to be talking to us about my design journey so far and how it has been being a designer at Shikood Africa. And so my design journey has it been so far. Becoming a techie for me wasn't like tech wasn't just something that I got into, right? It was not something I was actually very intentional about getting into. I just like met few people that were into tech, and then I got talking to them, like we got talking, and then I I got to know about tech and understood some things about it. So I started from GDG, sorry, Google Developers Club Mina. Sorry, excuse me. So we stay at Google Developers Club Mina, where I joined them as a lead, and then I started designing. That was where I actually started designing. That was where I got to know about the design. So my tech journey actually started from a tech community. It was something that started as I started as a web developer, yeah, before I got to a graphic designer and then an illustrator. Then I became a product designer. So it was actually a process of learning, unlearning, relearning. I was actually just exploring, right? So so during my tech. Okay, it's like the session is supposed to be very short, so I'm going to be like very, very brief. So just giving you a few tips about how what I what I gained during my process, during my learning process. First thing that I actually held very, very actually like to hold myself accountable for is to know what I'm doing, right? Know what you're doing at that particular time. Like if you're learning a software, try, or if you're learning a particular programming language, if you're trying to learn a particular software, make sure you know that particular software. Don't just jump from one thing to another. Don't jump from Photoshop. Don't like start learning Photoshop and then skip to learning Adobe Illustrator, or like um skip to learning Figma or something. Just make sure you're very, very conversant with what you want to do, and make sure you're very like make sure you're very strict with what you want to do and learn it fully, right? And show what you're doing. Show the world what you're doing. Like be very open, talk to people about it, post it online. Just be very proud of what you're doing. Like nobody's going to do it for you, right? It's just you. You have to like really do it for yourself, right? And then know what you don't know. Always be very, very open to say I don't know something and I cannot do a particular thing. So people will actually help you to do to or people actually help you to grow, right? And then say you don't know when you don't know. Yeah, like know what you don't know and always say you don't know, right? So that was actually very brave. So being a designer as SEA, how has it been? um what we actually do in our design team at SEO is not really teaching people to be designers, right? The design team at SEO, we're actually in charge of all the design resources that you see out there, like the flyers, the like basically everything that SEA is putting out. Like we are the face of SEA. Let me just say that. Like we are trying to like brand SEA and like show people what what SEA actually is. Right. So being the designer at SEA, I would say it's actually like it has actually been really, really great. Because I've gotten the opportunity to meet like a lot of people. You know, like with the design team, and then we really have to we really get to like meet several people, because a lot of other channels and a lot of other chapters will want designs from us. And so it actually helps us to meet with like a lot of people, and then we get to like know people in our team, and then understanding problems, we get to like understand problems for other team members, and like see things in other people's like perspective, and then making the change. So in yeah, I know I said we actually just focus on creating design, but we actually do a lot of other things, right? We have like a design talk show where we try to like talk to designers, or we invite designers from different places around Africa to talk to the designers at SEA about what design is, or like a certain design problem that might be that is like happening in the ecosystem, right? So we invite people to talk about these problems, and then we just basically try to like bring all the designers in the SEA together, and just have fun. Yeah, and there's actually a there's actually a design channel which is led by Maureen, and she's actually mentoring like a lot of designers. So there's like a mentorship program that actually help people to become great designers. I think one, okay, they just finished the application for one already, and they're actually very great mentors that are in charge of that like helping people to grow. So basically, apart from like being designers, we are also very, very passionate about like helping other designers to grow, and then like making sure that SEA is like making sure that like our design team, and then like the design channel is like carrying everybody along, irrespective of your stack, like where you are at that particular moment, like a beginner, intermediate. And there are like lots of opportunities, right? Internship opportunities, job opportunities that are out there, and that we put out there for people that want to be designers. Yeah, it's actually I know there are like already like a lot of resources out there, because many people are going into design, because I think like a lot of ladies are kind of like going into design because it's no code, and then you really don't have to stress and all of that. But the truth is actually very tricky. It's like very tricky stuff, and you have to like learn to stand out, among like other designers. And believe me, what's the SCA community, what's the SCA mentoring program, and like what the mentorship you're getting from the SCA channel, it's that's what like they're focusing on. They're trying to like make you stand out among like all the several designers that are out there. So yeah, it's very important for you to if you're not part of the channel already, it's very important for you to like join the channel and try to be, be very active and like be very very yeah, be very active and drag people along to help you. So yeah, I don't know if I should be giving tips on how to become a designer really, because but I was actually supposed to do that, but I don't think I'm going to do that, because if you join the SA community channel, if you go join the design channel, we actually give out tips on how to become good designers, right? So I think I should not spend out of my 10 minutes doing that. So you just so you're going to like get everything when you join the design channel, and then when you're like very active in the community, there are actually a lot of opportunities for you out there. So like in conclusion, right, give back to the society, like be part of change in your society. You have like an SCA chapter. I actually started from SCA chapter, Mina, that I was a designer there before I became like the design lead at SEU. So I started from my own chapter, and then I tried to like give back to the society until I said that okay, I think it's time to like move forward, and then move higher and seek like different other opportunities outside. So it's actually very important for you to give back to your society and be very very active. Try to like drag people along and make sure you're doing it well. Don't just get to your community and then you trying to, or don't just be very dormant, be very active. When you join the community, try to like make a change. Be the change that SA is trying to push. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Like I really don't know what to say. This is amazing, Zia. This is the most amazing. Oh my god. If you're not touched, I don't know anything that can touch you again, my dear. Please. So Zia, thank you so much. This was a wonderful session. Designers out there, I think, yeah, I think this is all you need. Designers out there, this is all you need. And Zia, you are my favorite speaker. Apologies to other speakers, but you have to win my heart if you want my heart. Thank you. So thank you so much. Join the SCA design channel. Speak with Zia and get more tips. She says she isn't giving out any tips unless you're on her channel. So join the SCA channel and she will give you more tips on that. So for our next speaker, we're going to be bringing on Ofonime Brown. She's another amazing lady. There are so many amazing ladies at SEA. You are one of them, of course, but because you're not speaking today, I'm not going to call you. So Ofonime Brown, she is a community manager and a chapter lead at She Code Africa Abuja chapter. She built She Code Africa Abuja chapter from scratch to 3,000 members within the space of a year. That is simply amazing, extraordinary. Afonime is passionate about community growth, women tech goals and objectives, channeled into a substantial tech business driven mechanism, which has awarded her a global ambassador nomination by an international organization of women tech network, which span over 50 countries in the world. Please, please, let's make welcome our very own woman in Shikode Africa, Ofonime Brown. Ofonime Brown, if you're there, please can you come up and speak to us? Okay, I think network is doing its thing. Network, we know you and we know what you can do. So, Betsy, Betsy, are you there with us? Betty, if you're there, please can we see you wave your hand to us? Okay, she's been able to join network. We have won this round. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stage.
Yeah, thank you, Cordelia. Thank you. Can you hear me? Can you
Yes,
see me?
I can see you
Perfect.
looking so
All right.
pretty. All
Sorry,
right.
were you actually talking about me? Because I got lost. I didn't know you were.
We talk about you
All
so much
right.
about you.
All right. Thank you for that. And thank you for all the amazing speakers I've been hearing. And I was like, wow, wow, wow. And I'm so happy to be on this call this morning. Thank you for giving me the honor, and it's a privilege. So I'm an Android developer. It's not that I just
Network. Don't do this. Don't do this. Oh my God. Okay, so network is doing its thing just when I thought we had won this round. Okay, so Betsy, are you there?
developer. It started back then in secondary school days. I was doing my so can you hear me? Like I
Yes.
lost you. Okay, all right, perfect. So
Oh my God. Okay.
can you hear me now? All right.
Yes.
So, let me just quickly backward to like 1 second back. I was in the secondary school when all my dream was to be a medical doctor, but eventually I failed chemistry, and I was like, okay, let me just enter into the university and study computer science for the first year. Then the second year I can, migrate to being a medical doctor after writing WIEC and getting my chemistry in check. But I couldn't do that because when I entered into computer science department, I enjoyed all what they were doing, the programming and all that. And it was being a queen in the midst of the guys. And that was what spurred me on to actually move on and put in my effort and all that. And after graduating as a computer science student, I got a job at the maritime organization where I was able to build API from scratch, marine APIs, and also help other women in tech to find their niche in technology world. But eventually I got married, and from being married, having kids, I was like, oh, during the pregnant stage, I can't do more of coding or build API and all that. So community get the best part of me. And later on, during the marriage stuff, I stumbled into Google, where I was given a scholarship to study Android development program. And now I'm going to be giving women tips on how to actually build that career, build a balance between marriage and also your technology skills. And and also when you're getting married, make sure that you find a supporting husband, a supporting lover that will be, oh, I'm coding, take care of the baby. I've already gotten breast milk in the bottles, feed your baby. Let me do my own thing. I love my baby, no doubt, but I also love my tech world, So try and find a balance in that. So in getting to build Android development, I was like, okay, I love the fact that I can use my Android phone to see the world the way I'll use my laptop to see the world as well. But that was not feasible for me because in those days I was not able to get anything called Android. So during the lockdown of 2019, COVID-19, I was able to get a scholarship with GAT 2020, and I got that scholarship. I was able to do Android, and from there, doing Android, the first thing you have to do is to pick a language, either Kotlin or Java. And now Kotlin is actually the preferred choice because it's easy, it's friendly, and all that. But you or everybody always have their own choice of language. I preferred Java because I was like, Kotlin is very popular. Everybody's going into Kotlin. I wanted something that I'll be able to create a niche for myself, and of which I'm still doing. And also from creating, picking a language, I learned the fundamentals, which is learning on the Android Studio. You have to install Android Studio on with your preferred language, of course, on your laptop and start your coding and everything. And from there, the sky has been the limit for me, And I can also remember because of Shecode Africa, when I was doing my Android development training, I needed a mentor. I needed a mentor that can help me in this Android stuff. And I needed a female mentor that can, tell the person that I'm married, I have kids, and I also want to learn this thing. I had to go to She Code Africa Slack channel and located Peculiar. I had to send her loads of messages and all that. And she responded immediately when she saw the message and like, I'm from She Code Africa. She responded and she walked me through the building of the stack that I need to build, and also my project and all that. And from then I've not gotten lost with that, because each time I'm like, oh, I'm getting overwhelmed with tasks at hand. I always find my niche. I always know who to go and meet. So that is why this first is an essential part of SCA. Get into a chapter, locate a mentor, get a coach, and whatever project that you're learning or whatever language you're trying to learn, find an accountability partner that will help you. Get a preferred language, because now we have different languages in stock in Android and everything. So find an accountability partner, get your preferred language, and also know what you want to learn. Thank you.
Wow, that was another amazing speech. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the tips. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ladies, if you are not enjoying this, I do not think there is anything you can enjoy. Please. Oh, now we're going to invite you. Please do join this SCA so that you can join these channels and reach out to these ladies. You heard her say this. You can reach out to any lady on SCA and she can help you as soon as she sees your message. You heard her say that. It wasn't me that said it, it was someone else who was telling us a true life event. So please, if you're not in Shikode Africa, I think you're missing out a lot. Please do join and enjoy what the rest are enjoying. Welcome, Bernice. Welcome
Yeah,
back to the
network
show.
has been having so much of me right now, but then it's not going to stop the fun. It's not going to stop me from joining. Yeah.
It's not gonna stop nothing. Okay, so the next speaker we're going to have is Betty Bada. So she is a product manager. She has several years of professional experience working in health tech, human resource, logistics, and fintech sectors. She is incredibly passionate about creating and implementing impactful products to solve consumer needs. She is currently a product manager at a top financial service institution where she is responsible for building products using actionable data and implementing strategies that drive products and business growth. So Betty is a graduate of the University of Lagos and she spent some time working as a product marketer before becoming a product manager. She is a keen lover of music and movies. Oh my God, I love movies too. And she enjoys spending time with family and friends. Welcome, Betty. Please speak with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Betsy. I'm a product manager. I'm also the product management channel lead at She Code Africa. So I'm just going to give you a little insight into what product management is about, what we do at She Code Africa, and how we can help you become a world-class product manager. So first things first, so who is a product manager? So a product manager is focused on solving customers' needs. So you identify a problem and then you solve your users' needs. So what you can do as a product manager is just check for problems around you and then brainstorm, okay, what is the best way to solve this problem? How can I make it better for my users? Then you speak to people. You speak to the people around you. Oh, do you have this problem? How do you navigate it? How do you think it should be? Things like that. So you're basically talking to a lot of people, finding out what they need, how you can help them solve that problem. So there are so many ways to break into product management. So you can, do some internships, you can apply for jobs, you can also, just network and things like that. Or if you're already working, you can speak to your management about pivoting into a product role. So that, yes, that's another way. So
for us at She Code Africa, what we do basically is to, ensure that product managers have a place where they can come together and talk to other people in the field. Because when I was starting out, there wasn't really much communities. That was the time that things were just picking up, communities were just picking up. And then let me tell you a story. It was when I joined the first webinar I joined, first product management webinar I joined. It was a She Code Africa webinar. So I joined, I interacted with the host, and they were giving out free courses. And luckily, I got one of the courses. And I can tell you for a fact that that course was very instrumental to the trajectory of my life, because the course covered a lot of things. I was able to learn so much within a short time frame. So it's important that you have access to these resources. So imagine if I didn't go to that webinar, I probably wouldn't have gotten that course. I would have just been taking, random things, just reading random things. So it helps me have like a structured view as to what product management was all about, how I can proceed with it, the basics, the foundation, and things like that. So some of the skills required to be a product manager, first things first, you need to have good communication skills. You need to have good writing skills, because trust me, you'll be doing a lot of writing, because when you do your research, you're also going to have to, write down documentation and all that. So just so your team has something to touch base with. So you'll be doing a lot of writing. So it's important that you work on your writing skills. So you'll also be doing a lot of leading, because you'll be leading your team. So it depends on the kind of team you have. It could be a small team. So this kind of team usually comprises of a product designer, software developer, and probably a quality assurance tester. But for bigger teams, you could have other people, you could be collaborating with other people, such as marketing, compliance, legal, things like that. So it depends on the structure of the organization. So just that you know what to expect, they are going to be doing a lot of talking, they are going to be doing a lot of leading, they are going to be doing a lot of collaboration. So it's important that you are able to communicate effectively. You're not just giving instructions, you're able to say that, okay, this is what we want to achieve, and ensure that the person you're speaking to actually understands what you're saying. So now that I've explained what you'll be doing as a product manager, it's time for you to join us on the channel. So once you join us, we have several initiatives that could help you kickstart your career. So right now, we are currently we just finished a case study challenge. So this challenge was it helps product managers create case studies. So we walked them through the process from ideation, product discovery, um, design, documentation, and all that. So today, actually, we're having a session this evening. We're going to be talking about um, they're going to be presenting the case studies that they've done. So it's important that you join us to, just to have an idea of kind of things that happen, how you go about it in case you want to do it. So we have other initiatives. So we have webinars. So we talk about different things. We talk about how to break into products. We talk about specific topics in products management, different things entirely. We also want to have workshops, how to use different tools. So that's something that's still in the pipeline. So you can just join us. So another thing that is important is to network. As a product manager, you need your network, because there are certain times that probably you'll be working on something, you don't know the answers, and you just need someone to brainstorm with. It's important that you have somebody in your corner, somebody that you can speak to, someone that can help you. Even if they don't know it, you can figure it out together. So product management is a very, very interesting field. So it would be really nice if you could, join us and let us help you begin your journey and get you to the top, make you a world-class PM. We don't say that we can get you a job, but we can help you on that journey, on the journey to becoming a better PM. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much, Betty. That was really an amazing session. If you're still doubting or finding difficulties accessing or joining to the community, join the community pattern. I hope that with what you heard from our speakers, you have gotten a little bit of an appetizer as to what we offer in the community. So currently or right now, if you have learned a thing or two, let me never use the word a thing or two because I sure know that you have learned 101 things right now. Do not fail to use the hashtags on our various social media platforms and endeavor to tag She Code Africa. The hashtag, do not forget the hashtag FCA Chapter Fest 2022. And while we are doing that, I'll be calling on our next speaker who goes by the name Temitope Bimbo Babatola. She is a data analyst at Woodcore, molded infrastructure for organizations to build financial products and services. She's a data scientist, a machine learning and AI enthusiast, a technical coordinator as well at She Code Africa, where she's focused on helping beginners set standard and get established in data science. So everyone, welcome our Temi Tope to the virtual platform as she gives us tips on how to begin our data science careers.
Thank you very much, Bernie. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. So I've been listening so far to, and I think I want to become a product manager. So please help me, Betty. I'm going to be in your DM. So I'm a data analyst at a core banking platform. Core banking is basically it provides support to fintechs, basically like your Flutterwave, your Paystack. Like we can set up their system for them, and then it just don't just when you're ready to set up your own fintech today, all you need to just come call my company Woodco, and then we'll set up for you. As a data analyst at Woodco, what I do is to provide reports. So when something is off on the system, our client discover that, oh, there's something wrong with our system, the data is not correct. A customer did the transaction yesterday on their account, they withdrew 5,000 naira, and somehow the money went out, but it's not reflecting on the system, like their balance is still up to date. It's my job to go and write the queries and find out what is wrong. So I basically work right now with Python and SQL at my current job. But data science is why data science and analytics. The question keeps coming up that what is different between data science, what's different between analytics and things like that. And so that question is a very important question. I'm not going to talk about it today because it's pretty complex. I'm just going to talk about how I got started, the things I've learned so far, and then how you can get started too. So I studied microbiology in the university. I'm a microbiologist by certificate, I guess. And so after school during NYC year, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do next. I was sure I didn't want to do masters just because I wanted to do something that I wanted to do. Like this was going to be like the rest of my life, right? So I have friends that are software programmers, and they just said, okay, why not just try programming? So I started with front end, but front end wasn't working out. Wasn't working out, and I started taking Excel courses, just basically analyzing data with Excel, just the regular sum, average, mean. So that was the first thing I did. I took an Excel course. That was the very first thing I did, and with the Excel course, I was lucky enough to find a really good course from PwC where they actually gave us actual projects to work on. So I discovered that I enjoyed like figuring out why this is lower than this in the new year than in the previous year and things like that. So I went ahead to start learning Python. So started with Excel, did a couple of projects, and it's very important as I go along. I was able to continue practicing, like working on different projects. I didn't just learn. I was working on like projects as I was learning. So I was practicing as I was learning. I started learning Python, and after Python and learned SQL, then there was like a break. So now I've learned all these skills. I didn't know what to do next. Like I started applying for jobs, but it wasn't working out. So that's when I signed up for She Code Africa. So I started programming like August 2019 with Excel and Python. Then I applied for the first mentorship program in She Code Africa. I was part of the very first cohort of the mentorship program that ran from January 2020 to March 2020. And that's basically where I understood what I was doing. So I was just learning so far. I was doing projects, but I didn't know exactly how to now tailor this to now make myself valuable to a company for them to hire me. So I was in a mentorship program and a 3-month program, and basically just did a refresher of everything that I've learned so far. But now with like direction, I was able to write my problem statements properly. I was able to present my ideas, the problem, what I want to do, and then my solutions properly. And then after doing that, and I just applying for jobs and working on other projects. So I focus mainly on analytics with Python. So Python is like the love of my life right now. I love Python. That's my favorite tool to use. So I focus on just using Python for analytics, visualizations. I even built some interactive dashboards with Python. And then I did a little bit of SQL, but it was not, so SQL is good, but I just did not really enjoy it. I could not use a Jupyter notebook for SQL so easily. So I just went back to Python, and I started working on machine learning projects. And I enjoyed doing machine learning with Python. I enjoyed classification, regression, and things like that. But then I got my first job, and it was an Excel role. I was basically using Excel on my first job. So like I had to go back to the course I took initially and then refresh again and to be able to function properly on my job. So the first job was a B2B, just analyzing. So as data analyst, it depends basically depending on what your specific role is. So at my first role, I was just working with spreadsheets and PowerPoint slides. That was what I was doing. I would analyze financial statements, so their income statement and things like that, or the profit and the loss and things like that, and just analyze, give them insights. This went up in May, but it was low in June. Probably this is why. When fuel prices started going up, that was I was enjoying myself because then I was in the news and I was putting those insights in my data. That's an example of what data analyst does, right? At my first role, and then I got my second job. Another thing I want to mention that I forgot to mention earlier was I always get my first two jobs with my personal project. So like my first role and my second role are not related in any way. So the experience I got from my first role was not very important to my second role, but I was always, because of my personal project, things I was learning on my own with my machine learning project, my data analysis with Python. I was always get my second job at my core banking company. So I'll just go back to tools that you're supposed to learn as a data analyst. You start with Excel, very important. No matter, even as a machine learning, you need to be able to work with Excel so you can see your data as it is. Like if anything is wrong, sometimes you have to like do physical check of your data, like what exactly is going on. Then you learn Python or SQL depending on what you want to focus on. And then there's Tableau, there's Power BI, and there are other tools that are like important to data engineers like Airflow, PySpark, and things like that. So there are different types. There's data analysts, we have data scientists that basically just work on machine learning models. We have data engineers that are like pipelines that are the ones connecting everybody in data world together. They'll basically provide data for you, clean it for you, and then move your data from one point to the other for you. And then we also have machine learning operations, ML ops, and these are different tracks in data. But as a beginner, I want to encourage you to like learn all the core tools, like basically get comfortable with all the different tools. So like you won't be like wherever your first job lands, you will be ready to like so like you learn on job most of the time. You can't know everything. You just need to be ready and then work on projects to practice. And on data science channel, we have an initiative basically to get beginners started like with resources and then projects to work on. We have for beginners, we have for intermediate. So like if you're already like comfortable with Python basics, you don't need to start with the beginner. You can just go straight to intermediate and just work on like really serious projects. And in the next, okay, I have 3 more minutes. Thank you. In the next week, we had a one-off project presentation. So some of our queens on the channel, they worked on projects, individual projects, like really amazing projects, sentiment analysis of Twitter, of election and things like that. They're going to be presenting it next week. And once you join the channel, you can actually be a part of that presentation. Just attend and see the projects that people have worked on to learn. So basically learn for what people are doing and how that way you can get started on your own project. And yeah, that's all from me. You're welcome to join data science channel, and hopefully you get to learn more from us as time goes on. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bimbo. This has been a very, very wonderful session. So, my ladies out there, I hope you're with your pen and your book and you're writing down these things because I don't think you're going to see it anywhere. You're not, actually. So, stay there, hang on tight. We have another session for you. But thank you so much, Bimbo. That was really wonderful. So, do not forget to tweet about what you're seeing here. Do not be stingy. It's not nice. Do not be stingy. Tweet it. Let your friends out there know that something great, something huge is happening somewhere, and this is the place. So let them know and let them join us. They're always welcome. Shukura is a loud place for everyone. So next up, we're going to be inviting Bukola Bisuga. Bukola, please come up the stage. So let me tell you guys a little about Bukola. So she's a software engineer with a BSc in geophysics from the University of Lagos. So let me borrow Temitope's words. Let's just say she is a geophysician by certificates, but then she's a software engineer in her career. So she enjoys learning and teaching. She's also passionate about technology in renewable energy and space travel. She believes everyone and every industry has a role to play in making technology useful and safe. That's wonderful. Bukula, you're welcome. Please speak with us.
Hi everyone, so excited to be here. Um, it's been a really amazing session so far. Kudos to everyone that made it, and thank you to all our amazing speakers. I'm Bukala, and currently I'm a software engineer at Microsoft, and I'm here today to talk about DevOps. I'm the lead for or rather, I co-lead the DevOps channel, and it's a really fantastic channel, to be honest. I have learned so much being a software engineer, and having to work as or having to do a lot of DevOps and processes in my work line since I started writing code. And I want to use this medium to encourage you to learn about DevOps, and also join the She Code Africa DevOps channel. Even if you're not looking to take on DevOps as a full-time career, even if you're just like a back-end engineer or a front-end engineer or product manager, understanding how DevOps works and also how cloud computing works is very important. So first of all, I'll just say, okay, if you don't know what DevOps is, it just means development operations, and development operations related to software development. So basically, a DevOps engineer is someone who is responsible or who focuses on processes that involve shipping code or implementing continuous integration, continuous development pipelines that allow, a smooth and secure flow from when you're writing code to when the code is getting to the consumers or the customers that are using your software products. And also there's like this big buzz around the cloud right now. Previously most DevOps was probably done on like on site or will I say on premises, kind of, where a lot of companies had, their own servers, but that proved too expensive and also proved too unreliable sometimes, especially if you're in countries that don't really allow you have, a lot of access to power and things like that. And so the cloud is like a really big, like new innovation that a lot of people are using and a lot of people have access to. And basically the cloud is just a bunch of servers that you're accessing through the internet. So as a cloud engineer, as a DevOps engineer right now, you definitely need to know about the cloud. You definitely need to understand cloud computing. You definitely need to know how to use DevOps processes and DevOps practices to ship code safely, and to also ensure that the products that you're shipping, or the code software that you're shipping, is scalable, is reliable, and the resources you're using as well are efficient. So these are things that we teach and that we help mentor people who are learning about DevOps on the She Code Africa DevOps channel. And it's a channel of right now we have like over 800 members. It's very interactive. We have people come and post questions, people who are learning on their own, people who are working and have issues at work, and they just want a forum or a platform where they can talk about challenges they're facing, or what to learn, or how to choose technologies, or what technology to use in a certain situation. And there is like a big network of professional DevOps engineers, and also beginners as well, and even intermediates, people who are still coming up. And it's just a great network. It's a great place for you to come and learn. It's a great place for you to come and share your ideas. And we also have a lot of amazing initiatives. We have fun initiatives like games nights, like games events where we ask like trivia DevOps questions. And we also have really informative and educative initiatives like our technical sessions. We also have like fireside Slack chats with DevOps professionals. We also have a lot of technical sessions where we teach how to use certain DevOps tools as well. So if you're looking to get into DevOps, definitely join the She Code Africa channel. Definitely join, sign up, and introduce yourself, and get started from there. We have an amazing roadmap where we have like different levels for you to learn from. So whether you're starting as a beginner, whether you're starting as an intermediate learner, and even if you're a professional and you just want to be in a place where you can ask questions and get different opinions, definitely do join us. Another thing I like to say is just to talk about the skills and the skill sets. As a DevOps engineer, we get a lot of questions where people ask, do I need to learn how to code? Do I need to be an expert coder? I wouldn't say you need to be an expert coder, but I would say you definitely need to have knowledge of writing code. And it'll help you because, like I mentioned earlier, you're shipping code that people have written, that the developers have written, or you're even shipping your own code, because you find in a lot of companies that the software engineers are the ones doing most of the DevOps work because they're shipping their own code and things like that. And so understanding programming languages, understanding how to write scripts, because most of the deployments and the integration pipelines that you're going to be building or working with as a DevOps engineer is written in code. It has different languages. It could be Ruby, it could be Python. So definitely you need to have an idea of how programming works, and I would say a lot of practice. We do share so many resources. We, like I mentioned, we have an amazing roadmap where we have wonderful free resources actually that you can learn from, and like really like kickstart your journey in like no time. So please join us, come learn. If it's just an interest for you, come and learn. If it's something you want to take on as a full-time career, please come and join us as well. We have amazing mentors. We have so many wonderful professionals who are willing to help, and we cannot wait to have you. Thank you.
All right, that was nice. That was beautiful, Bukola. Thank you so much. This is our DevOps engineer. You can see how beautiful she's looking. That's how SEO queens are. Beautiful, simply beautiful. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I hope you guys are excited because I am really, really super, super excited. Benny's, I don't know if you're excited by any chance. Are you excited?
I am more than excited. If there is any word greater than it, I am.
Exactly, my dear. That's what I'm telling them. So, Bernice, please help us bring our last and most amazing speaker to the stage.
Okay, so speaker number 8. I hope currently we are all tweeting, retweeting, we are all posting on our various social media platforms. If you are not, please do so. Do that. And if you're not part of any of the channels that we just talked about and you're on the Slack platform, do well to join one of the channels that interests you. So quickly, I'll be inviting our last speaker for today, but not the last, the ultimate last rather. But she goes by the name Oluchi Unweyi. I hope I pronounced that correctly. I stand corrected. Okay, she is a digital product designer, a back-end developer, and a technical writer focused on building reputable and satisfying products for individual users, teams, and businesses. She's currently working as a product designer at Bumper and an editorial team lead at SCA. So everyone do welcome Oluchi Inwegi to the virtual platform.
Hi
Okay.
everyone. Hi Bernice. Thank you for the intro. My name is Oluchi Nwei. Yeah, and I am a product designer as well as a technical writer. And at Shikoda Africa, I lead the editorial team, and I'll be talking about like technical writing, how to get into it, what are the requirements, skills that you need to excel in technical writing. So currently, I'm a technical writer at a fintech company. We provide infrastructure to other companies to build their own fintech products. And where I work currently, I work mostly on documentation because that is like the that's the major focus for me. And I still also work on blog posts, tutorials, and all of that. But documentation has been the major um, part of things for me. So why I'm saying this is that so most of the time when people talk about technical writing, they mostly think of article writing. Yeah. So there are different like technical writing is not just writing articles, but yeah, documentation is part of it. So, getting into technical writing, I think the best way to get started with technical writing is um, writing as you're learning. So when I got started as a product designer, I did not have so much experience as a developer. I was not really into code at that time. I was just focused on product design. And then I got started with technical writing when I needed to. So when I got started with product design, I needed to, like, I prefer to read. I like reading articles. Like, it gives me helps me understand things better, basically. And I did not find so many articles online, like on product design, like specific topics, because I'm not sure, like, there's so many product designers that are technical writers as well. So I started writing articles as I was learning, and that was how I got into technical writing. Basically, I got into Hash Notes Bootcamp. I set up um, my blog with Hashnode, and I started writing articles. I was trying my best to be consistent with it. There were times when my articles were featured on Hashnode, and that, like, it helped visibility for me, like, socially. And then I started putting out, like, when I got into software development as well. I kept on pushing articles. I got people reach out to me to write articles for them and get paid. Like, when the first time I got paid as a technical writer, I was like wow, because this was like I think less than it was a 500 word article, and I got paid like 50K or so. So I feel like that was when I was like, okay, this is a thing that I actually want to get into. And I kept on going, I kept on writing. Um, One thing that I know that you need to do, like, you definitely need it as a technical writer, is that you have to be consistent. A that's one thing. If you're going to pursue a career in technical writing, you have to be consistent. You have to be ready to learn. You have to make sure that you know that, okay, when you get feedback, you're ready to iterate, you're ready to learn, you're ready to do research before you start writing your article. So, like, there's all that in technical writing, yeah. And for the documentation part, when one of the things I really love to work on is documentation. It's just something that I personally enjoy. And then one thing that I hear people say a lot is that as a technical writer, you don't need to know how to code. And personally, I feel like that's cap, you because, like, most of the time you need to read, but you need to be able to read code, and for you to be able to read code, you need to know how that particular language works. So most of the time you have to understand how languages work, how to use these languages, because there are some times when you need to write sample code. So when you come across situations like that, what would you do if you don't know how to code? So I feel like that is one of the things that you also need to one of the skills that you also need to have as a technical writer. I think that's, like, mostly it from the getting started point of things. And then I also, like, want to, as my role as the editorial team channel sorry, the SC editorial team lead. I I work with my team, like, shout out to them, they are amazing people. I work with them to um put together articles. Like, we write articles for the SCA blog, and we try our best to get what's the word? Should I say get feedback from you guys? But yeah, we try. There's a lot of things going on with the editorial team. We try our best to put out articles for you, for the community, basically, to learn from. And then you can also, I also want to just put this out there, that if you would like to contribute to the She Could Africa blog as a way to kickstart your technical writing career, you are free to do that. You can feel free to reach out to me on Slack, on the Slack community, or through email, however you want to, through Twitter, LinkedIn. You feel free to reach out to me anytime, and we would onboard you on how it goes. But yeah, I think that's basically it. Omota, sorry, Cordelia.
All right, Oluchi, thank you so much for that amazing speech. Our audience think you really look pretty. Don't tell anybody that, because all the other speakers are not going to be happy because nobody thought they were pretty too. But you are pretty and they think you're pretty. So you are. Yes, thank you so much, Oluchi. Thank you so much for that wonderful session. Okay, so now that we're done, she was the last person to this is the last session. That's just for the sessions. I mean, we're still going to have other amazing people who want to speak with you guys. I mean, there are so many ladies here from all over Africa, Zimbabwe, who wouldn't want to speak with you guys. So we're going to have other speakers. For now, Benis, speak with us.
Okay, so next on the agenda, I love this part because it's super interesting. It's game time, people. And for you to participate in this game, do try as much as possible to join the Slack channel. In case you have questions, we do not want you to just get to hear all of this stuff without answering your questions. So in case you do have questions, go on the Slack channel, join one of the channels you find interesting, either the front end channel, the back end channel, the DevOps, whichever one of the speakers you just heard, and you have questions concerning a certain part you need clarification, post right there. Or if you are not on the Slack channel just yet, post the speakers will be tagged. We'll be getting our speakers tagged by our social media handles, and do not fail to reach out to them if you have questions and queries. So with that said, our game time is about to start. Okay, I should just kind of recap the link at which you will be a part to joining the community. It's shecodeafrica.org/chapters. Do not fail to note that shecodeafrica.org/chapters. You check there, you click on the link, and it directs you to numerous locations where we are currently at. And wherever you are at, please join only the community or the location that is closest to you or you currently stay. So quickly, we'll be doing a game time. Cordelia, are you set? Me, I'm ready. I want to.
I'm set. Yes, I am.
So it's game time. I need you all to run now. Not running per se, but then I need you all to be at the Slack channel, Slack platform right now, the random channel specifically. That is where I want you all to be at. If you are there, wherever platform you are viewing us from, do well to type, I am there. I want to see so many persons who are currently there, so we start. And take note, this game, it's not just a game per se, but then there is a reward attached to the game. There are exciting prizes to be won if you emerge the winner, obviously. So do well. I'll give you 2 minutes to run down now. If you're not on Slack, go on the Slack platform. And if you're on the Slack platform, do say, I am there. The random channel specifically, don't go everywhere and get lost in all other channels. Go to the Slack channel.
So many people. I am seeing so many people. Oh my God, a lot of people are actually there, Benny. A lot of people are actually there.
Okay, we like free teams. I like free teams too. Cool. So now this game, Cordelia would be texting, putting up something on the random channel, and you are expected to comment on her post. I don't want the random channel flooded with messages. Comment directly on her post. And this is what you are going to do. Hope you are jotting down. Yeah, cool. So firstly, drop your full name, your email address, your chapter name, and link to a course you would love to learn. Any link at all. Link to a course you're interested in learning. Cool. So I will recap the information of details you are supposed to drop there. Your name, your email address, chapter name, and a link to the course you want to learn. And if you are not currently on any chapter, that's fine, because the winners will be randomly selected by 6 p.m., I guess. Yes, 6 p.m. So if you are not in any chapter, that is why I told you earlier, type shecodeafrica.org/chapters to join one. And if, for example, you're staying in Abuja, you're not expected to join a Lagos chapter. You're expected to join Abuja chapter. If you're in Kenya, join Kenya. So are we good? Cool. Cordelia, on your end, are people already making their comments?
You can't believe it because me too, I can't believe it. There are so many people here. Oh my god, oh my god. Moreni KG, I see you, I see all of you, I see you. Oh my god, the names here are so complex. The Olayideji Juliana. Oh my god, I see you, Juliana. So your muse, I see you, I see all of you. So just keep dropping, and yes, we'll select one person. Three people.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So in case you're finding difficulties joining any chapter, do not fail to join our general chapter, our general community, pardon, She Code Africa community. We are welcome to having you there. And to do that, just go to shecodeafrica.org. You're going to see a button, pink button, saying join us. Click on the button and go. It directs you to a form you're supposed to fill with your details, your correct email addresses, and people in charge will contact you to joining the community. Are we good?
Yes, we are. Aye, aye,
Okay,
Captain.
great. Ash random channel it is. Hashtag random channel. And while you're doing this, do not forget to retweet, to tag She Code Africa in whatever social media platform you currently are. That we are currently having our She Code Africa Chapter Fest 2022, first of its kind ever in She Code Africa. So yeah, while we are doing that, keep on putting up your details there, your full name, your email address, your chapter name, and link to a course that you would want to have. So while we are doing that, I will be calling our very personal person, our one and only, the lead of all the chapter leads.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, the one and only Naomi Usman. She gives us an introduction as to the new She Code Africa chapters currently on their launching phase. So mind you, take note and do know that She Code Africa is coming right to your country, right to your place of residence. So Usman Naomi will be doing well to introduce the new chapters. So let's welcome her to the virtual platform.
Welcome, Naomi.
Hi, hello everybody. Can we all hear me?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for joining. This has been an amazing session. I've learned so much, especially the DevOps one. I mean, DevOps is something that I'm interested in because I'm a cloud engineer as well. So that really was so insightful, and I'll be joining the DevOps channel much later. I'm going to advise everybody, if you are not part of the She Code Africa community, please join us on Slack. A link to the Slack channel will be posted soon. Please do feel free to join us on Slack so that you can partake of all of these amazing channels, the courses. So the main focus for Chapter Fest is, to just let people know about the different areas that tech has to offer and what She Code Africa is going to do, or what She Code Africa has done to help. And one of the things that we have done is to kind of like create channels where you can learn. So we have the Backend channel, we have the Frontend channel, technical writing channel, DevOps channel. What else? We have a lot of them. The data science channel, product management channel. So if you want to learn any of these courses that I have mentioned, please feel free to join any of the channels, and then also join the general community on Slack.
So we also have the chapters program too. So the chapters program is basically us, bringing women and girls in the same location, to learn together, because we found out that it's more fun when you have somebody who is in the same location as you, that that you can learn with, talk to, if you want to ask questions, and stuff like that. So that's what the chapters program is for. So please do well to join a chapter. You can go to shecodafrica.org/chapters to join a chapter, or lead a chapter if you do not see one in your location. And most likely you will be chatting with me soon to do that. Yeah, so basically we have new chapters in new locations. Omotola, can you help put that up on the screen for me? And I'll be introducing these new chapters and these new leads to us. So we have Sharon Zulu. Sharon Zulu is going to be the SCA chapter lead for Lusaka, Zambia. So if you're there, if you're in Lusaka, Zambia, please feel free to talk to Sharon Zulu on Slack to join her chapter. We also have Precious Okafor. Precious Okafor is going to be the lead for SCA Johannesburg, South Africa. We are so excited about that. So if you're in South Africa, please feel free to reach out to Precious Okafor on Slack as well. Doreen Mwape is also going to be the co-lead for SCA Lusaka, Zambia. So we have two leads for that. So we are going to have SCA Lusaka, Zambia. We're going to have SCA Johannesburg, South Africa. The next slide, please. Also, we have new leads for SCA Lagos. We have Fatima Audu, and we also have Omolade Akinwumi. They're going to be the leads for Shecode Africa Lagos chapter. And then we also have Ada Nakweje. She's going to be the lead for SCA Kampala, Uganda. So if you're in Uganda, please feel free to reach out to Ada on Slack so that you can be added to her chapter. And then the last but not least is we're going to be having Maureen Mbabazi. She's going to be leading SCA Kasese, Uganda. So Ada is going to be leading Kampala, Uganda. And then Maureen is going to be leading Kasese, Uganda. So if you're in any of these locations, please feel free to reach out either to me on Slack. My name on Slack is now at Naomi Usman. Just feel free to reach out to me, or reach out to these amazing women that you're seeing. If you want to lead a chapter, in a place where we do not have Shecode Africa chapters, please go to shecodafrica.org/chapters to do that. That is that for that. And then the next thing on our agenda is we're going to be spotlighting one chapter that has done exceptionally well. I mean, all our chapters have been doing really, 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 really amazing. We've been so proud of everything that they've been doing. But, we want you to also know that we have presence outside of Nigeria as well, for those people who are outside Nigeria. We have chapters that are outside Nigeria. So we have, apart from these new chapters that I just mentioned, we also have SCA Nairobi. We also have SCA Rwanda. So for today's event, we're going to be spotlighting SCA Nairobi chapter, and this chapter is led by Esther Mweni. She's done an amazing job so far. Please, that's the link to join the chapter over there. Just go to that link. It's a Linktree/SCA Nairobi to join the Nairobi chapter. They've done exceptionally well. But you can also, the links to join the other chapters are in the YouTube information box. You can check that for links. Please also like and share this video on YouTube for everybody. We're so proud of you, Esther Mweni, but we're also proud of all our other chapter leads. You'll be meeting them subsequently. We're going to be having a lot of chapter spotlights, and we are going to be showcasing all our chapter leads so that you can see them and know them for yourself and see all the amazing work that they're doing within the Shecode Africa community. We're also going to be showcasing we're going to have a blog post about She Could Africa Nairobi soon. And then we'll also be bringing your way other chapters, what they've been doing, the impact that they've been having. I mean, you heard from Ofonime, who is our SCA Abuja chapter lead, how she has over 3,000 members in her community. In SCA Nairobi, we have like quite a number of people also in the community, and the impact that they've had on these women. We have people that have started out careers, people who are earning really good, because of the community, because of the SCA Nairobi community. So Esther, we're so proud of you. Thank you so much for everything that you are doing for us. Also, I just want to thank everybody for their time. I want to thank all the speakers for their time, for giving us amazing tips on how we can start out our different careers. Again, please feel free to reach out to us on Slack if you have any issues. Join the Slack channel. Reach out to us. And also for the prizes, please post on Twitter with the She Could Africa Chapter First hashtag, and then mention your Slack handle too, and then with the link of the course that you want to do, because like our Slack channel is about to explode. So we're moving this game to Twitter. So go to Twitter, let us know your Slack handle. Your Slack handle, please, not your email address, because we don't want to put that information out to everyone. Your Slack handle, and then tag She Could Africa as well. And then mention the name of the course that you want to learn, and then we will we'll look through all our comments. But please remember to tag us in your tweets. Yeah, I think that we're good to go. If you have any questions, please feel free to join the community. We're going to be reviewing applications for our community to join our community. So if you're not part of our community, please log into shecodafrica.org to see how you can join our Slack community. We have over 16,000 women on there, and we would love to have you. There's space for you there. Feel free to join us there. So thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Thank you for your patience. And also feel free to reach out to me on Slack at Naomi Usman. Like this video, share this video to everybody who couldn't join us here. We are super, 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 super grateful. So I'm going to hand over to Cordelia and Bernice to round up this, and then we can go for item 7.
Item 7.
Yeah, right. Item 7 obviously is game time. So the game continues till 6 p.m. And do not fail to drop your name, your chapter name on Twitter. Mind you, the game is no longer happening on Slack, but on Twitter, which with the correct hashtag SCA Chapter Fest. And do not fail to tag She Could Africa as well. If possible, you could also tag the chapter if they're on the social media platform you're currently tweeting for or chatting on. Do not fail to tag the chapters that you are a member of. With that said, Cordelia, do you have anything to say?
I just want to say thank you so much. Thank you so much to everyone who has been here from the very beginning and stayed with us through. It is not easy, I can tell. So thank you so much, and thank you those who were behind the scene and made this a very beautiful experience. Thank you so much, Omotola. You do not like showing yourself, but we have to show you. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
You're one
right.
of the engineer. Thank you. That was really nice. And Ada, thank you so much for even making this possible for us. This whole community was thanks to you. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our speakers. Thank you to all those in our communities, our various chapters rooting for us. My chapter members are so happy. Like this is so amazing for them. Thank you guys. Thank you. We are rooting for you all. Wherever you are, as long as you're an SCA lady, we are definitely rooting for you. We've got your back. Go girl.
Bye, people.
Right. Bye.